there's this pattern on the left to just change the topic or deflect onto something totally unrelated because they only want to focus on the Democratic Party.
When I was at the Young Turks, I said that publicly, like, enough with Trump and Russia 24/7. That's not why people come to TYT. And it's only gotten worse.
It's basically telling us what we already know, that Republicans are terrible. They only want to focus on the Democratic Party. For 5 years, 80% of your stuff has been loser Donald and tyrannical Donald. I would say you are in a camp. They only want to focus on the Democratic Party. But what they're doing is normalizing white supremacy. 2020, I voted for Biden. Not because I wanted to, but because unlike most of these dipshits in a studio pontificating, I was out there by focusing 99% of their attention on liberals and the Democrats. Free speech absolutist Glenn Greenwald, Jimmy Dore, a lot of other channels that kiss off their ass and essentially just kiss their ring and defend them.
Yeah. I mean, Tucker Carlson right now is doing more anti-war than anyone at NBC, and I can't stand Tucker Carlson. I think he's really, really bad. I think he does a lot of racist shit, but at least he's talking against the war. He's doing that more than anyone on NBC and CNN.
The problem is when, blinders, earmuffs on fascist, white supremacists, autocrat Republicans. In 2020, I voted for Biden.
At the end of the day, I think Donald Trump is a danger. I think he's terrible. I also know that I'm a white person saying this. But Hillary Clinton is not slam dunk 100% better that I, as an individual, can in good conscience vote for her.
Blinders, earmuffs. I'm very much waiting for their coverage of Ron DeSantis banning protests in residential areas.
By the way, folks, for all the trolls out there who ask people to cover things, me too, me and other people, have you ever considered maybe we've looked into it? Just saying. Anyway, so...
Blinders, earmuffs.
Trump as the boogeyman is no longer a thing. He'll be gone soon. Take the fight to corporate Democrats. They just lost House seats during a deadly pandemic. They are vulnerable. Again, this isn't about Jimmy.
They only want to focus on the Democratic Party. Blinders, earmuffs. It's Jimmy and the rest of them. There doesn't seem to be any consistent principles here, right? There doesn't seem to be any core consistent principles. There seems to be a laser focus on one party. Blinders, earmuffs.
What I tell people is if you have a conscience, you will vote third party for the rest of your life, because how dare you vote for these people?
In 2020, I voted for Biden.
Joe Biden, a racist, warmongering puppet and tool of Wall Street and an enemy of the workers, and somehow you're going to pat yourself on the back that you're a good person.
In 2020, I voted for Biden.
It's time to start voting third party, no matter what the third party is. You got to stop giving your vote to these two corrupt, murderous parties.
Right. I spoke with POTUS in Tulsa. I told them we're dying in St. Louis. The police kill us at the highest rate in the nation. Community members and children are murdered at the highest rates. Mr. President, I'm inviting you to our community to hear our stories. This is like asking the arsonist who burned down your house to come rebuild it. In 2020, I voted for Biden. I mean, part of why St. Louis has the highest, one of the highest police killings rate is because Joe Biden sent the police weapons of war with the crime bill. In 2020, I voted for Biden. It's like, I like Cori Bush as a person, but you're trying to work with somebody who literally is in large part responsible for the problem. And it just seems like they don't get that. In 2020, I voted for Biden.